this lecture, let's look at the 5 different ways that you can start and end your speech with the letter starting with S. And the first says story. So when you are starting off your speech, you'll talk about a story, either about your life or about someone else that you have worked with. I'll show you how to weave stories in a subsequent section within this course. But by starting off your speech with a story, it engages the audience. Audience connect with stories, and they listen to your story in a way that your presentation can be transitioned into it. That's technique number 1. Technique number 2 is what is known as a suspended story. So you deliver the same story, but you don't end the story. At some point when you get to some part of the conclusion of your story, you sort of end it there. And then you say to them, I'll finish off that story later on in your speech. Then you get through to your speech, you finish all your content, and right at the end of your speech, you'll say to them, remember that story I started off with? Well, this is how it ended. So it's called the suspended story technique. Number 3 is known as a statement, a bold statement. And you start off with a bold statement that hooks your audience and gets them to think about what is it that you are talking about. An example of this came from Leslie Morgan in her TED Talk, where she came onto the stage and she said, I'm here today to talk to you about a very disturbing question, which has an equally disturbing answer. And my topic is the secret of domestic violence. And the question I'm going to tackle is one that everyone asks. Why should she stay? Why would anyone stay with a man that beats her? Well, that's a very provocative statement, and that's how she started off her speech. But that's the example I'm talking about. When you start off with a bold statement in that way, then people would want to listen to you to find out where you're going to take that speech to. That's number 3. Number 4 is simply starting off with a song. Now, you might be a singer or not. I'm not asking you to sing. You can have the song playing in the background, not the entire song. A part of the song, the chorus perhaps, or whichever snippet of that song that you like, and the lines of the song align to your message. What you could do is, as the song is playing in the background, or that clip of it, you can have the words of the song be animated on your PowerPoint slide, with certain words being highlighted. Then as the music dies down, you then align your speech to the song to say, so in the words of that song, why did I play that for you? And again, by creating a little bit of song interplay, it transitions so nicely with your speech, and it's a powerful way to either start or end your talk. Number 5 is what is known as a special date or a special cause. Now, did you know that if you go into Google and put into Google search for the date and what happened back in history. So say your speech is on a particular date somewhere in the future, and you are preparing for your speech today. You can prepare your speech and find out what happened on the day that you're going to deliver your talk back in history. And you can pick up something that happened back in history on that day that you can actually align to your talk. And again, when you start off your speech, you can say something like, today, this is on the actual day of your talk, is whatever date, and back in history on this day, the following occurred. And make sure that you choose something that's aligned to your talk. And so you use that as a way to transition into your presentation. So there you have it. 5 simple ways to start or end your speech, starting with the letter S. In the last lecture in this section, I'll look at all the ways to start and end your speech, starting with the letter Q. Let's go there now.